not living in the same America that I fought for. I served in over 60 countries. Many of them were not so fond of America. They were at war. They were corrupt, torn down from the inside out. This style of prosecution and corruption is exactly how those countries got there. And I'm really afraid that America's in the fast lane towards it. This indictment is what third world dictators do. 37 counts, most of which are just duplicates. They're throwing spaghetti at the wall because if it doesn't stick, there's no consequences for these prosecutors. And they have the stones to claim that this is in the name of justice? No, absolutely not. And the media is selling these accusations as if they're already convictions that they know won't hold up in court. But they're prosecuting them anyway to create a narrative, saying that Trump is the first president to be charged with the Espionage Act. Yeah, he'll be the first one to be exonerated of it too. You want to talk about first also? Donald Trump is the first president to be treated this way. Don't be fooled though. Trump's indictment is 100% cover-up for the fact that the FBI had to turn over the document alleging millions of dollars in payments to the Bidens in what would have been the first major corruption case of a sitting vice president, then Joe Biden. See their reasoning? See why they're terrified? It's being prosecuted by the hack Jack Smith, who was the same prosecutor who had his case against Bob McDonnell, the Virginia governor, overturned 8-0 by the Supreme Court. This guy is not a moral man. This very case against Trump, it's also been litigated already under Clinton. In 2012, the Judicial Watch, which is a somewhat conservative group, by the way, they filed a lawsuit seeking Clinton's documents pursuant to the Freedom of Information Act. The judge that ruled the control over presidential records rests squarely in the hands of a former president. Quote, the National Archives does not have the authority to designate materials as presidential records. It lacks any duty or means to seize control of them. The decision went on. It is an extraordinary request that is unfounded, contrary to the Presidential Records Act express terms, and contrary to the traditions and principles of administrative law. And yet, they're charging Donald Trump with conspiracy to obstruct justice, which includes a 20-year maximum sentence, along with other provisions of the Espionage Act. Add all these charges up, that could amount to over 100 years in federal prison over documents? Are you kidding me? The Presidential Records Act is not a criminal statute, nor has it ever been used as one. Until now. Look, Bill Clinton took home documents, Bush's did, nothing. Hillary smashed BlackBerries with hammers, used software to wipe off a server that was known to have classified information on it. Nothing, nada. Bush, Obama, Pence, they all removed documents. Joe Biden, classified documents in his garage from when he was a senator. Nothing. But Trump, indicted. Merrick Garland, though, he's happy to do the bidding of Joe Biden and the deep state. Remember, Garland was blocked from getting a seat on the Supreme Court. And when Trump took office, Garland's Supreme Court dream died. What Joe Biden and Merrick Garland are doing is actually an insurrection. Yes. This is the culmination of years in the making, though. The left has removed any definition of laws for almost everything. They've made prosecution so ambiguous that you can be guilty or innocent of the same exact thing, depending on your political affiliation. We learned this with the Russian hoax. Invent a narrative, have lackeys in the media print it, sow hate based on allegations, find someone who will charge you with it, put it in a court system, make it so prohibitively expensive that you must plead guilty because you're out of money, and then say, ha, got him. So-and-so is guilty. We proved it in court because he pled guilty. Mike Flynn? And they're connecting all those pleadings to the one person, the one guy that must go away for their own survival. What they're doing is in direct violation of the Constitution. And yes, it makes people live in fear. And that's what they want. Maybe improperly. But their perception of how fear will impact Americans is completely incorrect, woefully underestimated. They think fear will make us compliant, but it won't. Not after watching the abuse we've seen. It's going to breed activism. And I'm certainly not condoning it, but I know it will escalate to civil disobedience. And that's what scares me the most. We're already seeing it right there on the screen. Those are parents in California fighting for their kids. The more they act like communists, the more Americans are going to push back. But the one thing The one thing the left doesn't understand is that Americans, unlike any other population in the world, Chinese, Russian, Europeans, even Canada, Americans are innately free, cultured people. We've never backed down from a fight. Our country was founded from underdogs. With pitchforks and muskets, we sank the world's toughest and most powerful navy, and we sent their army packing. That was the founding of our country. Then we fought a war amongst ourselves for freedom. We're back-to-back World War champions, where we sent a message that if you seek to limit freedom anywhere in the world, we will turn 2 of your biggest cities into molten parking lots in a second. We're the only country that truly embraces, in writing, the principle, the right for our citizens to bear arms, because the intent is to empower you and I, not the government. Thomas Jefferson was super clear. When government fears the people, there's liberty. When the people fear the government, there's tyranny. And there's fear from the government. Again, I'm not advocating for any type of uprisings or anything. I'm not. I've just seen far too much of this in my career. I'm saying this in an effort to stop it before it's too late. The left has instilled fear that you can be arrested and prosecuted or anything. You can have your bank account seized without a warrant by an army of 80,000+ IRS agents. A justice system that, even if you're found innocent, your life is ruined forever, financially doomed. And I'm really afraid it's coming to a head. History shows that good order and discipline is only maintained so long the people have more to lose than gain from being unlawful. But when you have an entire society living in fear of thugs and dictators, just like this administration, people think that there just might be more to gain than lose. And I don't want this. But I think the left does, foolishly enough. Don't let history repeat itself, not in my country. And from the party that screams about insurrection, this rogue prosecutorial conduct is in fact an insurrection. If the government is ignoring laws, it's predicated for the people to do the same. That's what scares me. People won't listen to the laws either. This is a war Biden's waging on you and I. If they can charge a former president, the Republican frontrunner for president, against him, his political opponent, what do you think they could do to me or you or your kids?